We're the strongest economy anywhere in the world, and we're going to do it very quickly. We have more liquid gold under our feet than anybody. We're going to use it, and we're going to pay down debt. We're going to reduce taxes still further, and we're going to have a country back again. But most importantly and immediately, we're going to close our border because we have millions and millions of people pouring in from jails and prisons and mental institutions and terrorists, and we're not going to stand for it anymore.
18,000 people out there, about another 18 outside, also counting Long Island, and you probably made a lot of them happy by saying, hey, I know I had tax reform, I got rid of the SALT, but now you want to add that. Allow them to take their state and local taxes off their tax returns.
We're really looking to do that, and we want to do it for New York. We also want to win New York. We think we can because of what's happened with the migrant crisis. Everybody's coming into New York, people that, frankly, that just got out of prisons from the Congo and from the Middle East and from lots of other places. And the people of New York, look, I left here. This was a great place. Now it's a place that's overrun by people that shouldn't be in our country, by very dangerous people, street gangs. You see what's happening in other states. It's not only in New York, but you look at what's going on with the Venezuelan taking over the real estate in Colorado with guns like even our military doesn't have, guns and rifles. So, no, we got to turn it around. We're going to turn it around fast. We have to deport all of these criminals that have been brought in, and we will.
The Teamsters Union is refusing to endorse either one of the candidates tonight. Normally, that's a given for the Democratic nominee.
Now, we got to talk about the Teamsters, right? I haven't had a chance to talk about the Teamsters. I'll probably talk about the Teamsters on another channel. You know what I'm saying? Probably talk about the Teamsters on the Magatron channel. If one of the mods could put the link to Magatron in the chat, so people that might be interested in that can go and listen to it, I'd appreciate it. Now, the reason why we got to talk about the Teamsters is because, as you guys can see, the Teamsters did not endorse a presidential candidate, and usually the endorsement is a given for the Democrats. Like the Teamsters always endorse a Democrat. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Has anyone seen anybody jumping out the window to try to quote unquote get the Teamsters together and get them to, I guess, I don't know what you would say, like what, fall in line or do what they're told or whatever, right? Has anybody seen that as it pertains to the Teamsters? Shout out to DeAndre for putting a link in the chat. I appreciate you, bro. If anybody's seen that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys haven't seen that, then give me a thumbs down. And my question for you guys is, why is it that we haven't seen the same approaches being taken as far as quote unquote getting these people together per se, right? Like the Teamsters or like the undecided vote. You only see this whole quote unquote we need to get you together type aggression in one direction. Shout out to DeAndre. Now that's it. DeAndre said that they was calling that Roland Martin was calling them cowards. Yo, if you see that video, bro, make sure you throw it in the Discord and tag me in it. All right, so we can definitely talk about that video. Now, let me ask you this question: how much weight do you guys think that Roland Martin's voice holds with the Teamsters? You know what I'm saying? How much weight? Shout out to my man Win Lose or Rug, man. What's good with it, bro? My man Win Lose or Rug said, been cloud watching all week. Wanted to make sure I showed my appreciation. Yo, bro, I appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. Shout out to Win Lose or Rug, man. Make sure y'all show Win Lose or Rug some love, throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man Win Lose or Rug with the $10 super chat funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
And y'all know he hooked us up with the Mellow Yellow. So you know what that means.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat, eat the cat, eat the cat, eat the cat.
Seeing red, so don't push me. Ain't Donald Trump trying to grab him by the... Said it was some Haitians, somewhere out in Springfield. Women doing cartwheels.
Have you seen Garfield?
Eat the cat. Have you seen Snowball? This about to snowball. I'm about to go off. I can't let this go on. Miss me like an airball. Tell me when my cat is coughing up like a hairball.
Eat the cat.
I gotta tell them if they even put the fingernail on Santa's little helper to turn them to hamburger helper. Somebody better help them, cause I'm going to jail for showing them fellas helter skelter.
Eating the dog.
Usually I'm content, but if you touch my dog, then I'm turning into John Wick. I'm lit. Bird better drop it. If you touch my pet, then I'm pulling up like CrossFit.
They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat, eat the cat, eat the cat, eat the cat.
It's a shame, it's a pity. Gone overseas where they said Hello Kitty, but it ain't there, it's right here in your city. When I turn my back, now the cat goes missing and they my peoples is at? Does anybody know where he took with that? Cause I heard they putting claws on felines, I'm mad. And my cat disappeared just like Felix the cat. And they hate the cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat. The cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat.
Drop that cat.
Man, that song is so lit. That song is so lit, man. It's hilarious. Shout out to Win Lose a Rug, man. Make sure y'all show Win Lose a Rug some love for funding the organization and standing on business.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the marching times.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Standing on business. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Yo, so I don't know if you guys know, but for undocumented, right? We got undocumented emoji, separate from BLR emoji, our own line of emoji that are specific to the undocumented channel. You know what I'm saying? I think and I hope that you guys will like them. So you guys know, as the channel gets bigger, as we get more people, you know what I'm saying, there'll be more emoji, but there will not be any repeat emoji like how there are on BLR 1 and 2. These are going to have their own specific set over here. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys like them. You know what I'm saying?
Teamsters Union, for the first time since 1996, just declined to support a Democrat for the White House.
Shout out to Jab Bad. Make sure y'all show Jab Bad some love for growing the organization, funding the organization, and standing on business.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the marching times.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to you, Jab Bad. I definitely appreciate you. Shout out to DeAndre. DeAndre said, don't look like he clipped it, but he and others are shaming them for not going against the members' vote and endorsing her anyway. That's just we gonna find that. We're gonna look at that. I got an article that talks about it. We're gonna go over the article, but I'm curious as to what he said about it. To me, that's a bad indicator, because the problem with that is that lines up with all of the negative indicators of low approval ratings and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So like now we have all of these, basically we've got all of these things falling in line that kind of spell doom, and it's like it's not being paid attention to, because there's a gaslighting campaign that the media is doing to make it seem like she's better than what she is, and to make it look like she's she's doing better performance in the election than she actually is. And it's very problematic, man. Like the media who is out there accusing everybody else of mis and disinformation are actually the actual misinformation agents. You know what I'm saying? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
The Democrats have always taken for granted that they're going to get our vote no matter what. And the Republicans have fancied themselves as the working people's party.
First time since 1988, the Teamsters have not endorsed a Democratic candidate. They didn't endorse anyone, but they released a poll. The poll shows membership voted going to vote points.
Yeah, they're going to be.
What does that mean?
We're up to almost 60% of the vote. Well, it's a great honor. The Teamsters have been with me for a long time. We did a lot of buildings in New York. I did concrete buildings. They were the truck drivers for the concrete.
You had no problems with the unions ever?
I got along with the unions, and I got along with non-unions too. I got along with everybody. I was very good at building things. And, you go to different parts of the country. You go down south and you don't have unions. And in New York, you have very strong unions. But I always got along with them. I got along with the Teamsters. Look, this is the first time in many decades that they haven't endorsed a Democrat. But they went out and they actually took a poll of the members, and I was at 60%. That's pretty good. First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan. It's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. Well, there she goes again. It's a lie. I'm not signing a ban, and there's no reason to sign a ban. Excuse me, I have to respond. Another lie. It's another lie. I have been a leader on IVF, which is fertilization. Will she allow abortion in the 8th month, 9th month, 7th month?
Come on.
Okay, would you do that? Why don't you ask her that question?
Why don't you answer
That's the
question?
problem.
After seeing Kamala Harris vice president for the first time and debating her for the first time, and then seeing some of her follow-up interviews, what kind of opponent is she?
Well, I thought that she had a debate which was interesting because she wasn't answering any questions. And I thought it was a great debate for me. I thought it was one of my best debates that I've ever had. And some people disagreed, but I felt it was the strongest debate I ever had.
Yeah, that's wild. Shout out to DeAndre. DeAndre said, bro, the black blog comments are crazy, and MSNBC and CNN comments, they are really saying Trump is a coward and scared of Kamala for not accepting another debate. But see why? Because he got beat so bad. It would be a different story if Kamala Harris beat him, but he beat himself. You know what I'm saying? Not only did he beat himself, it was a 3-on-1 debate. You know what I'm saying? He had to debate Kamala Harris and the moderators. So, you know, again, if we're going to go as far as to say that Kamala Harris won, it's just another situation where she had her hand held through the entire thing, right? She had her hand held through the entire thing, and Trump fell flat on his face when he started bellowing misinformation like a madman, like a dog on dog with rabies. You know what I'm saying? And on top of it, she had 2 bodyguards. You know what I'm saying? She had the moderators. If it was a fair fight, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't. It would have had a very different result. And for people to sit there and say, like, you know, this was a normal debate, and, you know, Kamala Harris just beat him based off of skill, I don't think that that's actually a good description of what happened. And my thing is, I think that if JD Vance is up to debate her, or if JD Vance is up to debate Tim Walz, they should let JD Vance step in for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Trump beat. I would say 2 things. For one, it was an uneven fight. It was an uneven debate because there was 3 people that he had to debate against. That matters, right? And then he beat himself with the eating the cat stuff. Like, he really did a lot of damage with that to himself. He really did a lot of damage to himself. Like, that was huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe he did that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is. It's just like, yeah. That might be the biggest, like, if there's anything that could, you know what I'm saying, like, make him, you know, that could cause significant issues, I think that's probably the biggest thing that has happened. And the thing that's crazy about it is that it's something that it's an obstacle that he put in his own way. Like, it wasn't even there, and then you made it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like some Cleveland Browns type stuff. Like, well, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
I thought I was treated very unfairly by ABC. It was 3-on-1, but that was okay too. I thought we did really well. We exposed it. She told a lot of things that weren't true, and I told things that were true. Like, as an example, when I said we have massive crime, I was interrupted by David Muir saying that crime has actually gone down. Well, no, the Justice Department, I don't know why they did this, but somebody maybe likes me over there. They just released, as you saw, numbers saying that crime is up 44% and beyond that in some categories. So I was right. And AB hasn't replaced yet. No, I thought the debate was very good. My poll numbers are great. We just had a Rasmussen poll that I'm up 6. And I think we're doing very well. Don't forget, it's a very unfair process. They did a coup of Biden. The Biden thing was over. We had the debate. It was a good debate. And he was down either 19 or 21 points, depending on which poll you look. And I figured that was going to be a win. And they told him that was going to be a win and we want you out. And they actually did a coup and they put her in. And I actually believe when the people find out what she stands for, all of the things that she stands for, I think that we will do as well or better than we would have done against Biden.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response to President Trump.
You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
the people on television say my dog was taken and used for food.
And then you did that. Like he sank himself with that. Like the whole thing, he just sank himself with this. This was the worst segment for him right here. Like this was, if there was a decision fight and like, you know what I'm saying, there was a round that determined which round that you won or which round that you lost in. This was the round that made it where he lost, right? This right here. But again, you know, I wouldn't look at, if I was him, I wouldn't look at it as, you know, a setback because of the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you have to understand the reality of, you know what I'm saying, what happened, but understand the circumstances of why what happened, and then just, you know, keep it pushing. And I think that's kind of what's going on right now. So, you know, it's just all of the huge barricades and the huge obstacles that this has created. You know what I'm saying? I got to just go through all of this nonsense and all these extra interview questions that come as a result of this, taken away from where, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to put a spotlight on whatever type of potential policies and stuff like that it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to James Sumler. Yeah, it didn't hurt him in the polls. You know what I'm saying? You say Kamala's 5 head. Yeah, that's facts. What's even more interesting about that is, like, you know, the media never really asks Kamala anything about, like, everybody's just accepting Kamala Harris being the presidential candidate. You know what I'm saying? As if it's normal, and nobody's really saying like that there was a conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? There's been a long-standing conspiracy theory that Kamala Harris was going to replace Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying, as either the president or a presidential campaign. That was a conspiracy theory for a long time, and just like many conspiracy theories, you know what I'm saying, here we are, and it's no longer a theory, it's reality. And there's never a review on conspiracy theories that become reality. Now, my question for you guys is, why is there a lack of review on conspiracy theories that become reality? Why is that? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
Mark Penn, a Democratic pollster, is calling for an investigation of ABC and the moderators. He wants the communications polled to see if they were talking to each other because of the fact check on you and none on them, and the questions and topics. Do you join in those questions?
Sure, I do. I think they should be investigated, and, you know, they have to get a license from the federal government. They asked me 9 or 11 different times about things that I was right on. In virtually every case, I was absolutely right, like the crime, like Charlottesville, like a lot of other things. They asked me about things that I was right on, and they didn't ask her anything about things that she was wrong on. And they knew that she, bloodbath as an example, she knew, they all knew that she was wrong.
Yeah, she blatantly used bloodbath as an example, and there was no fact check on that. That's something that happened. Like, they can't say that that's propaganda. Like, that literally happened, and there's no addressing of it. She literally used the bloodbath thing in real time. Everybody saw it, and just nothing. It's just okay. It's crazy. The double standards is wild. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you all who is in here for being here. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys have not hit the bell and subscribe to the channel, please take a moment, hit the bell, subscribe to the channel. We're on the 1-to-1. We got 25 people watching. We got 27 likes. That's what's good. Make sure y'all throw some 100s in the chat. Let's go.
Wrong on these things.
We were talking finances.
And so what is so sad is that they're allowed to do that. They interrupted me, but they didn't interrupt her, and she was the one that was wrong.
The Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by 0.5 percentage point on Wednesday. The decision means the cost to borrow money for things like credit cards, car loans, and some mortgages will likely drop right now.
A 50% cut, a 0.5% cut, a massive cut of the Fed right before the election. It's the first one, it's the biggest one in a long time. Do you think politics plays a role in it? Or is it because inflation's tamed?
I think it's two things. I think our economy is terrible, so you could make the case for them, or it's politics, or maybe it's a combination of both. But the economy is bad. Inflation is killing people. We're going to get the inflation way down. I'm going to reduce more liquid gold under our feet than any country in the world, Saudi Arabia, Russia. I'm going to reduce energy costs for people. That means air conditioning, heating, cars, everything by 50%. And we'll do that within 12 months, and I'll be able to do it easily.
I understand I missed this. I was here, but you did make history today with Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency purchase.
First transaction by a president on the...
Do you understand what you bought? Hamburg.
I'm a believer in staying at the top. This is a hot thing. And rather than giving it to China, like the AI stuff, you know, artificial intelligence, China's going crazy about it. They'll go crazy on Bitcoin and crypto. I do understand it. I think it's going to be a very hot industry, and it already is, actually.
It has become increasingly apparent that there are significant challenges
to free speech.
Former First Lady has a book coming out, a memoir. What do we get from that book? I haven't read it yet. How important is it for her to put that out?
Well, she's a tremendous person, very precise, very accurate.
Now, yeah, y'all know that I'm all in on crypto. I don't care what type of shaming language that the monolith uses. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not shameable. It doesn't matter. Whatever anybody says, I don't care. I'm gonna still do what I do. I'm a 110% invested advocate of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin especially, Ethereum, you know what I'm saying, Solana, and I'm still waiting for Kamala Harris to say anything about cryptocurrency. As far as on the cryptocurrency side, one thing that we know about Trump in regards to cryptocurrency is that him and JD Vance are for deregulation of it, and they are all about utilization and use case of it in the United States. Now, to the people in the comment section that deal with cryptocurrency, my question is, if we have a thriving cryptocurrency / Bitcoin ecosystem and transaction system where it's normalized here in the United States, what is that going to do for cryptocurrency prices for investors? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section.
And I do believe she loves her husband. That's probably the biggest surprise to a lot of people to think of it, but she loves her husband. She's a terrific woman, a terrific first lady. No matter where I go, they just go crazy over Melania.
And lastly, I know you and your safety and the special Secret Service, but do you worry about your family too?
I'm sick and tired of having to have that conversation with my 5 young children about a deranged leftist clearly motivated by the sound bites of the radical left and the mainstream.
Shout out to Win Lose a Rug. Win Lose a Rug said Trump is even trying to drop his own token. Yeah, facts. And you know that now, look, you know that's going to blow up, especially if he wins. It's going to blow up stupid.
Media shooting at their grandfather.
I do. I don't talk about it, but I do. I have to worry about family. I have to worry about everybody. I worry about you. I worry about everybody because, look, we're under siege. And no country has ever suffered like we have for the last 3.5, almost 4 years. When they allow millions of people to come into our country, from prisons, right? From prisons and terrorists and people from mental institutions, and they take over our parks. Look at New York. They can't play Little League baseball anymore. You know, that doesn't sound serious, but it is serious. When they take away your whole lifestyle, when they live in hotels better than our incredible veterans who are lying on the street opposite the main entrance to a hotel, and in that hotel you have illegal aliens that have come in, and by the way, destroying the hotel, fighting at levels that the police don't even want to go into the hotels. When you have that happening in this city and this country, I want to protect everybody.
Lastly, JD's got a debate coming up. CBS, Margaret Brennan, Norah O'Donnell. Do you think he'll get a fair shot? What advice do you give?
He won't get a fair shot, but he will handle it very good, very smart. I think he's done great. People are really liking him. He's tough, smart. He loves our country. He's going to have no trouble.
Very nice of the former president and his team to give us that time. Think about his day. He did Gutfeld. He did a special cryptocurrency stop. He took 200 individual pictures with celebrities and donors behind the scenes, and then just addressed 18,000 people, as well as 5,000 on the outside of the Coliseum.